The melody.
Under the lights, speaking of facts, double the price, yeah. Under the lights, we covering sports, whatever you like, yeah. Home runs in the park, touchdowns in the end zone. Knockouts in the ring, buzzer beater for the win, go hard or go home. Find out who you are when you under the lights. That pressure made a star right there. Under the lights, you looking for the best, tune in to Under the Lights. Yeah, yeah, Under the Lights.
Yeah. Welcome back to Under the Lights. We are your host. I'm Big Mike, and that's my guy Jordan. What's up, boy? How you doing, man? What's up?
Chilling, baby. Early morning, getting this thing going.
Early in the morning for you and shit like that, man. Listen, for the viewers right now, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button so y'all can be up to date with all things Under the Lights. Once again, hit that like and subscribe button so you can be up to date with all things Under the Lights. Comment, tell a friend, all of that shit too. Thanks for following us. This is not a topic that we got today, you know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to holler at you about what the fuck happened to your Warriors, man. What happened? They lost without Jokic and without Jamal Murray. What the fuck happened?
I mean, that was a couple. When was that? We just played the Milwaukee Bucks. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. What happened?
I mean, that's normal stuff in the NBA that happens usually when you place a team that doesn't have their star players, and you know what I mean. You take them lightly or whatever the case may be. You don't go as That's like a norm. Not sometimes you've seen it before. The Lakers went in there. I remember they went in there with no LeBron James and they beat Boston, and sometimes that's just how things go sometimes in the NBA. You know what I mean, and not even in the NBA, in sports. Period. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you go up against a team that you're supposed to beat, whatever the case may be, and you take them a bit lightly, and then things get to rolling, and it just becomes not your day on that day. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I wasn't happy about that. You know what I mean?
Even
though we came back and beat Milwaukee, I was like, I don't give a shit. It means nothing. You know what I mean? It means nothing because now we could have been 2 games back from some teams to get into that 5th, 4th spot, but now we're back to three games. I don't want that. You know what I mean? Like especially we still have some teams that we can beat coming up too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like my nigga.
So I thought you was gonna be a little upset about that, but are you upset about that, or you moved or did the win over Milwaukee ease that pain?
No, that the win over Milwaukee pissed me off even more.
Why? What happened? What happened?
Because Steph didn't play, and then you go and you beat Milwaukee Bucks when they have a Giannis and they have a Damian Lillard. You get what I'm saying? No matter what, it don't matter whether we think Milwaukee's good enough. Milwaukee's a team that can beat teams. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the fact. You know what I mean? But then we go up against a team that doesn't even have a big as strong as a Giannis. You talking about Aaron Gordon, bro? You talking about Aaron Gordon? Aaron Gordon ain't no damn Giannis.
And he been out for a long time. He was out. He missed over 25 games. You know what I mean, this season. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me? Like Aaron Gordon ain't no Giannis. What we talking about? And we talking about this nigga's just going off, just doing whatever the hell he wants to do. It's like, come on, bro.
Hey, but sometimes, you know what I mean? That's Aaron Gordon, though. Sometimes he'd go out there and light your ass up. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when they played the Lakers and he looked up, he had 29 or 30. You know what I mean? But somebody else may have been off a little bit, but it's like shit. Any given night, he can go out there and do that shit. So that's all it was, though, man. Yeah, but y'all got it back though against Milwaukee. Who y'all got next?
We got it back against Milwaukee. We ain't get shit back.
Listen, okay, look. You didn't go on a 2-game losing streak. How about that? Is that good enough? You could have done that. Could have did that.
Could have done that.
Yeah,
we could have. I mean, we could have done it. We got Toronto next, but we could have done that. You know what I mean? But my whole thing is that we could have been only two games back, 2.5 games back. You feel what I'm saying? Because the Lakers and the Nuggets play, and that's going to be a 26 losses on one of them teams.
This is E right here. What's up, bro? What's up, E?
Shit, not much. Who are you talking to?
I'm on the show right now. This is Jordan. Say what's up to Jordan.
What's up, boy?
What you doing, E? What's going on, baby?
What's up, Jordan?
When,
I'm chilling, baby. What's good?
when them Pacers play them Warriors, man, what's up? What's going on? When them Pacers play the Warriors, man, it's gonna be a good game or no? Pacers gonna get it done. They're gonna take an L. What they doing?
Hey, every win counts right now. It's playoff time, baby.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But shit, shoot, yeah, I already know. They shoot me a text, man. You know what I mean? I'm when I get up off here, you already know what it is, man.
All right, bro.
Yep. E, man, my man, E, you feel me? But yeah, man, y'all be all right though, man. You could have went on 2-game losing streak, but you didn't, nigga. So be happy. You all right, man. You know what I mean? You still gonna get into the playoffs. You know what I mean? Y'all got Toronto next. You gonna go out there and beat the hell out of them. What was that? Wait a minute. When y'all play them? When y'all play them? Thursday?
We play well for me Friday. So we have Toronto Friday, then we have Atlanta, Miami, New Orleans, San Antonio. That's what I'm saying. We didn't need to take that loss. We could have went on a fucking 11-game, 12-game winning streak. You feel what I'm saying? And caught back up in the standings to go. Because to be honest with you, that second spot in the West is open. It's open and up.
All right.
You know what I mean? So, but I don't know who's really gonna want to get that number 2 seed, because that number 2 seed and the number 1 seed and number 2 seed is getting is gonna get rather Golden State or whoever, Minnesota or the Clippers.
Y'all gonna drop down to 7?
I mean, we could, nigga. We got a loss.
You think
1 game out of the loss column and we break back to fucking
Jordan? The season is not over, nigga. It's not over.
Yeah.
What you talking about? You got 13 games left.
Yeah, I know that.
So I mean, shit, you ain't y'all. I mean, nah. So Minnesota gonna outdo y'all? They gonna jump y'all? Minnesota?
Minnesota's been playing really well.
Okay, I'm asking you. Okay, I'm asking you. Are they gonna jump y'all? That's what you're telling me, then, right?
The thing is, it's not like I'm saying like they're gonna jump me or not. What I'm saying is they definitely have an opportunity to jump us because they playing well and they're only 1 game behind us in the loss column. So yeah, there's a possibility that they could jump us.
Well, y'all better not let it happen. How about that? You got Steph out there, don't you? You got Draymond out there. You got your guys. You got Jimmy. Your guys out there, don't you? All right, then. Don't let it happen then. You know what I'm saying? So shit. It is what it is. You be all right, nigga. Niggas lose games every day, B. You be all right.
How you guys? How you feeling? You feeling y'all gonna drop? How you feeling? Talk about how y'all feeling. How you feeling about your squad?
Oh, you talking about the Lakers?
Yeah, nigga, and talk about me out there. How are you doing about your squad, nigga?
Listen, Luka has after that bullshit ass outing that they had against the Nets, and I'm sure JJ Redick went in there and tore their ass a whole new one. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like they're approaching every game different. I don't think they're going to even approach any game like that anymore for the remainder of the season. They got the Bucks next, and I guarantee you, I'm not guaranteeing a win. I'm guaranteeing you that the effort is going to be there just like it has been. You feel what I'm saying? On both sides of the ball. They're going to have to be scrappy. They know Bron ain't in that motherfucker, but what helps them, what changes is they got Jackson Hayes back. Lobs at the rim. He running the floor. He doing all of that. You feel what I'm saying? Austin Reeves, man, like I said, man, since day one, I've been on Austin Reeves. Since day one, I knew he could be like this, and he's going to get better. His hand, like I said on Monday, his handle has gotten better. His mid-range has gotten better. His three-point shooting ability has gotten better. His transition three-point shooting ability has gotten better. And I think most of all, because I used to complain about Austin Reeves about this. Him and D'Lo, him missing a pass. You got your head down. You don't see it. You didn't see it. He's seeing the floor so much better now with these assists. He doing fancy passes behind the back, behind the head. He doing all of that. That's because he's seeing the floor. You know what I mean? So I think we're gonna hang where we at. We ain't dropping no more. You know what I mean? We're ready for when Bron get back and move on up in the rankings. Now, obviously, nobody's gonna catch OKC, but that number 2 spot, I think we're gonna go ahead and grab that once Bron get back. But even if not, you know what I mean? It don't matter what seed it is. It don't matter. Don't matter. Whoever in the first round see the Lakers is gonna be a long series, baby.
Okay, I think you guys are gonna drop. To be honest with you, you got Denver next. You have Denver today. You have Denver today, and then you have Milwaukee. But then it's like, to be honest with you, it's, then you have Chicago, and you got Orlando, Indiana, tough, and those are away games. You're gonna go away to Memphis as well. You got Houston, Golden State, OKC twice. LeBron need to come back You know what I mean? I mean, if you say you don't care if you drop, then really doesn't matter. But I think you guys are definitely going to lose some games. It's a tough schedule. It's not an easy schedule.
Well, of course, he ain't going undefeated. I'm just saying we'll be able to hover around where we at though. That's all I'm saying. I don't see this motherfucker about to drop down to 6th spot and 7 in the play-in and shit like that. I don't think that's gonna happen because, like I said, the approach has got to be different now. It's gonna be different, especially after they went out against the Nets. That performance, the effort. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, I don't. It's playoff time, man. It's time to get back out there and get ready for motherfucking playoffs. And we got to do that tonight against the Bucks. You know what I mean? 10:30. Denver. I'm sorry. Yeah, Denver. I'm sorry, Denver. You know what I mean? So ESPN.
Then you got the Bucks.
Then it's the Bucks.
To back.
That's fine. We'll take it. We built for it. It's all right. It's all right.
All right. I mean, that's tough. I'm not saying that's tough.
Yes, of course. It ain't gonna be easy, but we good. All right, man. So look, let's go to the NFL, man. Man, sad day in Philadelphia. You feel what I'm saying? Brandon Graham, a long-time player for my Philadelphia Eagles of 15 years, man, officially has retired. You know what I mean? He's officially retired from the NFL, man, after 15 years with the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I'm saying? How much will he be missed and remembered? So, I mean, first of all, Brandon Graham, bro, is going to be missed. Now, obviously, right now he's older now. It's his 15th year. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be missed. His energy is gonna be missed. His knowledge of the game. His big playability. You know what I mean? He's not a every down D lineman no more. You feel what I'm saying? But Brandon Graham always makes big plays in big moments. You feel what I'm saying? We're talking about a guy who has 487 tackles. This is a defense interior lineman. 487 tackles. You know what I'm saying? 15 years in Philly. That's tied the most in the franchise. 206 regular season games. That's the most in the franchise. 76 and a half regular season sacks, plus the 5.5 in the playoffs. You know what I mean? I think that's 82 and a half sacks. That ranks third for the regular season sacks for us. 23 career forced fumbles. A Pro Bowler in 2020. Second team All-Pro in 2016. Two-time Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner. And, most of all, he's a two-time Super Bowl champ. You know what I mean? And he, like I said, he makes big plays in big moments, in big time games. You understand what I'm saying? But one of the things he's going to be mostly remembered for in Philadelphia is not only just his hard work, how he just put his hard hat on, go to work every day, but it's the strip sack that he had against Tom Brady in Super Bowl 52 that we will never, ever, ever forget. And just in case you didn't see it, Jordan, I got it here for you. Here we go.
2nd and 2.
Uh-oh.
Brady gets hit. The ball is out. And Philadelphia has it.
Back in the day, taking an outside pass rusher in Brandon Graham and putting him inside against the guard, Shaq Mason, pays huge dividends with the first sack fumble of the game. No question, that ball is out.
Ain't no tuck rule right there. Ain't no tuck rule. That ball is out. We got that ball. The score was 38-33. It was a little bit over 2 minutes left. We got the ball, went down there and scored a field goal and kicked the field goal. And the Patriots didn't get nothing after that. We won the game 41-33. You feel what I'm saying? But that's one of the things he's going to be mostly remembered for, besides his hard work, putting his hard head on, right out of Michigan. You know what I'm saying? I remember first round, 13th pick, you know what I'm saying? Out of Michigan. Was a dog, was a hard worker, you know what I mean? Just young and energetic, bringing the energy, all of that shit, man. He from Detroit, you know what I mean? So he already got a rough and a rugged mentality that fits the Philadelphia culture, rough and rugged, you know what I mean? So he was built for it, built for the NFL, built to play for the Eagles, man. That's how he will be remembered, as a hard worker. You know what I mean? Somebody that came in, put his hard head on, didn't get no trouble on the field, off the field. He talked a whole lot of trash on the field, but it was within the rules. You know what I'm saying? And he went out there and he produced. He produced 15 towards tricep this season. You know what I mean? Towards tricep. And then, it healed for a long time. It wasn't all the way healed, but it was healed enough for him to get back out there in the Super Bowl and go out there and play one last game with the squad. And he made a couple plays as well in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And he retore it in the Super Bowl. He said winning the Super Bowl this year made it easier for him to go ahead and hang the cleats up. You know what I mean? For good. You feel what I'm saying? So He's gonna be he's gonna be missed. I know he'll still be in the building. I know he's still gonna be doing something, working around the Philadelphia Eagles. He already said that, and I already know they're gonna let it happen. You know what I mean? So, do I think he's a Hall of Famer? You know what I mean? No, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. Hall of Fame is, is next level shit. He's never been in the MVP discussion. Defensive Player of the Year discussion. Never been in that. Never led the league in sacks. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say he's a Hall of Famer, but what he is, he will definitely be in the Ring of Honor in the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I'm saying? That's hard enough to do that alone. To get if you had a good team, a good franchise, and good players that came through there, and you make the Ring of Honor, that means you was somebody and you was doing your thing. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of guys from their squad don't even make the Ring of Honor for their own team. You know what I mean? So is he a Hall of Famer to me? No, I don't think he is. You know what I mean? But a damn good football player, work hard, make big plays in big time moments in big time games, and he will definitely be in the Ring of Honor for Philadelphia Eagles, bro. He gonna be missed. Love BG, but shit. Time to hang it up, and we good. We ready to go. We got some young boys in there. He can mentor them, talk to them, and move forward. We draft well. We already made some moves in the defensive D-line game, looking good. So shit, we gonna be all right, man. Shout to BG, shout to Brandon Graham. Much love to you for the rest of your career outside of football, business, family, whatever, bro. Congrats to you, baby, Mr. Strip Sack. Let's get it against the GOAT, the real GOAT. We beat GOATs. So if people call him Pat Mahomes the GOAT, we beat two GOATs. He ain't the GOAT, but he's one of them. You feel me? And we took them both down. So let's get it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, your time to shine, man. Right? It's a memorable career for him, and we wish him nothing but the best for retirement. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's difficult after retirement to kind of know what you don't want to do and all that type of stuff. But I'm sure he's gonna be with his family and figure that out. You know what I mean? It's your team. You know how much he would be missed, and you spoke good things about him and what he did for the franchise and all that. And I think it's always really great for a player to play with a franchise for a very long time. I commend those ones. You know what I mean? I think it's rare. It's rare, even in most sports. It's rare to just be with a franchise for a very, 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 very long time. And win at that too, right? Because those things is hard to come by. So shout out to Brandon. Shout out to the Eagles. You know what I mean? 15 seasons. And I hope that he has a great retirement. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Damn, that's crazy. Shout out to BG, man. Shout out to BG. Much love. Fly Eagles fly, baby. Fly Eagles fly. I ain't gonna sing the song, even though I want to, but he did it for us already, so it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Hey, why every time I bring up the song, you make that face? Oh man, you don't like the song, man? You don't like it?
Next, what we talking about next?
Let's get all right, man. Oh man, so Steelers Cam Hayward was on a podcast and he said he's tired of waiting on Aaron Rodgers. Feel what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let you go ahead and hear what he had to say. He was on the podcast, his own podcast, not just football podcast. And here's what he had to say, because like I said, they're asking him, about, Aaron Rodgers, is he gonna come to the Steelers and blah, 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 blah. But here's a little snippet of what Cam Hayward had to say. Check it out.
So if they called you and were like, we need you to follow him into the darkness for a couple days, he says if you come down there with him, he's signing.
I ain't doing that or darkness retreat. I don't need any of that crap. Like, either you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler or you don't. That's simple. That's the pitch. If you want me to recruit, that's the recruiting pitch. If you want to be part of it, so be it. If you don't, no skin on my back.
You know what I mean? So he basically saying, I'm not about to press Aaron Rodgers. I'm not about to go to Aaron Rodgers always talks about this darkness retreat. You know what I mean? It's no phone and it's you're in the dark and all of that shit like that. Whatever that does for him, you know what I mean? And guys will, wait for Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? They will, I'm not gonna say kiss up, but they will do what it takes to get Aaron Rodgers, like in recent past. You know what I mean? So, but Cam Hayward said he's tired of waiting on Aaron Rodgers. You feel me? So to you, Jordan, knowing the situation for the Steelers, they just got DK Metcalf. and they got George Pickens on the other side of them and things like that. Should the Steelers go with Russell Wilson, or should they continue to wait on A-Rod? Talk to me.
Russell Wilson, I think he didn't do bad, to be honest with you. Russell Wilson didn't do bad. I think he was comparable. I think he did well, for the most part, in that system with the Steelers. So to be honest with you, A-Rod is not what A-Rod was previously. I mean, if we talking about A-Rod in Green Bay, or you talking about prime A-Rod, then we can be having a discussion. You understand what I'm saying? And you might say, or someone might say, oh, with these weapons and with this, he had weapons at the Jets. He had weapons. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't because of the play of everybody else. It was a play of A-Rod. He wasn't that great, and then he picked it up late. But I mean, it is what it is. If you're talking about injuries happen in football. People play hurt. That's what it is. People play hurt. This is the National Football League. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, I don't think it really matters. I don't think it really matters on who they take. They're still not going to be one of the better teams in the AFC. It's simple as that. They're just not one of the better teams in the AFC, and they're not going to be because they don't have. Well, they don't have one of the top quarterbacks, a top 5 quarterback. Damn it, you can't say even a top 10 quarterback.
Well, they didn't have They didn't have that last year. That's pretty good, right?
I mean, they lost. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but everyone kind of knew, they're going to lose. They're going to lose at the end of the day. Everyone knew they was going to lose. They didn't. No one was talking about, they can go to a Super Bowl. They go get A-Rod. You ain't going to no Super Bowl. With Russ, you ain't going to no Super Bowl.
When they was 10-3, we came out here and talked about them as being Super Bowl contenders, or was they 9-2 or something like that? It was talk about them being Super Bowl contender. We had to respect them as such, and they didn't have a top 10 quarterback. They had Russell Wilson. But what I also said is this, though. I came out here and said at the same time they wasn't playing nobody. You feel what I mean? They wasn't playing nobody. So they when they started, that's what that was my whole thing. Like when you look back at it now. All right, when they went, I think they was 6-1 when Russ started with them, right? Before they on the 4-game losing streak. Before that, they wasn't playing nobody. All right, don't tell me Justin Fields couldn't go out there and win those games. It was when they went against us, we beat them, and then they went. I think they played. Did they play y'all? They played y'all, and they played the Chiefs, and they played somebody else, and they lost. You feel what I'm saying? And then they lost the playoff game. So that's 5 straight games. So when I was saying they ain't playing nobody, but I said, if I got to come out here and just look at it and just say, all right, they look like they Super Bowl contenders, but they not playing nobody. And y'all was like, you got to respect them as such. I'm like, all right, cool. All right. But still, they didn't have a top 10 quarterback then. So shit. Who's to say, you know what I mean, if they get Russ or they get an Aaron Rodgers, they can't be back in. Do you think Russ is better than Aaron Rodgers right now?
No. I mean, if anything, about the same. It's not much. Even if he's a little bit here, like it's not much difference. You get what I'm saying? And what you're saying is true. But we can when we're making power rankings or whatever the case may be, you can all go off of what they're doing. You know what I mean? If they're 10-3 at a time, they're damn near 10-3. You know what I mean? If other teams are not winning or whatever the case may be, you're gonna put them up there as such. But let me tell you something: if you had them go against the Bills, Ravens, or the Chiefs, they ain't winning the football game. They definitely ain't winning the football game, and they lost 4 straight games, and that's why you're talking about that: the Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs, and the Bengals.
Yeah,
they lost to the Bengals. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I just don't feel that puts them over the edge because of Aaron Rodgers isn't that Aaron Rodgers of old. If we talking about Aaron Rodgers of old, then we having a whole different discussion.
Well,
but we ain't talking about Aaron Rodgers of old.
So, I mean, like I said, he looked better towards the end of the season. Last 5-6 games or some shit like that. I mean, we know that. You feel me? But that version, I think. So what should they do? Go with Russ, or say we're gonna wait on A-Rod to get out of this darkness retreat, and then press him.
I mean, I feel that you should go with the player that wants to be there at the end of the day. Like, I agree with him. I'm not, you know, the thing is if it's A-Rod of old, then he can be pressing. But like, you ain't going from here to here with an A-Rod, especially what we've seen.
Okay.
He's just not a top 10 quarterback.
All right. So we've been hearing things, you know what I'm saying? Also, another team with the Vikings, you know what I mean? They say that he's, you know, waiting on the Vikings or whatever the case may be, because he's had the contract on the table for the Steelers for a week. You know what I mean? But like I said, he's gone, whatever the case may be. But that doesn't mean, you know what I mean, he can't know about it. Man, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's probably still saying something to his agent. But maybe he's not, you know what I mean? But, you know what I'm saying, we know the Vikings also need a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? J.J. McCarthy, you're going to trust him to come in. He's going to be a rookie. You got Jordan. You got Justin Jefferson. Jay Jett is out there. Addison and Jones is back. The crew is back. You feel me? With the exception of Sam Darnold. You know, so which one of those teams should pursue Aaron Rodgers the most? Vikings or the Steelers?
Well, I mean, the thing is, the Vikings already said they're going to stick with McCarthy. That's what they said. They're gonna stick with McCarthy. So what you get Aaron Rodgers to mentor him? Okay, get him to mentor him. So that means the Steelers should try and go get him. If Vikings already said they're sticking with McCarthy. If they say they're sticking with McCarthy, then clearly it's just Steelers. That'd be the answer.
So what I heard is that the Vikings are still waiting to hear from Aaron Rodgers. You feel what I'm saying? So obviously they're gonna stick with J.J. McCarthy because this is his second year he hadn't played yet and they drafted him. You know what I mean? But if you're talking about you ready to win now, you know what I'm saying? They was just look at them last year. Look at them. You know what I'm saying? With J.J. McCarthy, it's not going to be that. You already got rid of Sam Darnold. Me personally, if I was the Vikings, I would be pursuing Aaron Rodgers. You're not going to get another quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Why not pursue him? I know we know how he looked majority of the season, but we know how he looked towards the end of the season, which was a lot better than the previous.
How can we keep saying that? They was getting their ass whooped.
No. That's a fact. I'm just saying how he looked as a quarterback. I'm not saying they wasn't winning. I'm with you, but I'm saying his throwing ability and playmaking ability looked a little better. His accuracy was better. You feel what I'm saying? So look.
I mean,
what do you want to start the season that you had last year, right? Look at the season that you had last year, right? Do you think J.J. McCarthy is going to come in, you know what I mean, and give you that? Can J.J. McCarthy give you Aaron Rodgers production?
I mean, right now, Aaron Rodgers ain't that dude right at the moment. So yeah, I do think he can give you Aaron Rodgers production. This is also the thing that you have to take into consideration. You're gonna have you're not rookie quarterback, but whatever that you're gonna be on a rookie contract, right? So they're gonna be able to, if he does do well, and to be honest with you, it's better that maybe if he didn't play, you had a year to understand the offense and all that. Like usually quarterbacks that do that do better to some degree. Or let's say not do better. Let's say it's not bad doing that because you get to learn the offense and whatnot. But remember, this is also a good thing for the organization, because if he does do well, in which they have a good team, it's not like they don't. They have a good defense. They have a good offense. They have a good offensive line. They have a good team. So it's not like I don't think they're gonna come out there and shit the bed. You feel what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that you bring Aaron Rodgers anyway. It's not like Aaron Rodgers, for sure, is going to be giving you something good. You don't know. You really, truly don't know. You know more about Aaron Rodgers than you do with J.J. McCarthy. He ain't played in the NFL yet. He hasn't had a snap. You feel me? There's a reason why they drafted him. There's a reason why they drafted him. Yeah, there's a reason why they drafted him. Did you see J.J. McCarthy at Michigan? No, it's not about me or you. They drafted him because they felt that he could produce for their team. That's what clearly. And that's why they already said that they're gonna roll with McCarthy, and they're done with this Aaron Rodgers movement. This is what the sources is being said. It's not me. It's not you. This source is being said, bro. AJ McCarthy is what was available. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'll let you know that for sure. But I mean, it is what it is, though. It is what it is, man. You know what I mean? I think you know what I mean? I think the Vikings should go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, and go ahead and pursue him. You know what I mean? And look, the Steelers too. I think it should be mutual.
You know what I'm saying? I think it should be about the same. You know what I mean? But if the Vikings is willing to, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to see what our rookie, you know what I mean, can do. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Just shit. More power to him. But both of them need a quarterback, especially with the moves the Vikings made. The Vikings have gotten better. You know what I mean? They have gotten better. You feel they signed the gang back, and they got Jonathan Allen from the Commanders. He's going to be a big acquisition for them on that front D line. He's physical. He's a really, really good D tackle for sure. You know what I mean? So, yeah, bro, we shall see. We shall see. So, real quick, man, I got some. So I want you to build. You know, everybody talks about, you know, the NBA today and things like that, right? Talk about the NBA today, but I want you to just build, you know what I mean, if you can, your roster, like a name your starting five today without using your favorite players like Steph Curry. You can't use Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You feel what I'm saying? And this is something that you can do is kind of make you think. You know what I mean? You can't use Shai and you can't use Steph. So build you a starting five right now from today's players without using them guys.
Yeah, you could start this because I don't, you know.
Okay.
I mean that you could just pick the next best players after the position.
Well,
so I'm kind of.
No, I'm just, but here, just build your starting five. Build your starting five without using your players today. You got to think, there ain't a whole lot of shit going on right now. You know what I mean? This is something that we could do that we ain't done before. You feel what I'm saying? Off the top of the head. You know what I mean? So I ain't asked you to pick your all-time list. I ain't asked you to do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if it was me, you know, my point guard, and he's not one of my favorite players, so I can use him. You feel me? I'm gonna use Stephen Curry because I need somebody.
That's crazy.
Oh, it's Jordan. I need somebody to run around. You know what I mean, and knock down to knock down that three. I need that guy. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm going my shooting guard right now, I'm not even. You might think I'm about to say, "Yo, God." I'm gonna go Jaylen Brown. I'm gonna go Jaylen Brown. I'm not gonna. I could easily say Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but you know I got a liking towards Shai, so I left him out. You know I like Shai. But I like Shai. I'm gonna go Jaylen Brown. You know what I mean? And for my small forward, who you think I'm about to choose?
I don't know.
My small forward, and I'm going Cade Cunningham.
What? He's a point guard.
I don't give a shit. He's a big point guard. You know what I mean? He can move the ball out. This is a positionless basketball game. You feel what I'm saying? Cade fucking Cunningham is who I'm rocking with. You understand? My power forward, straight like that, I'm going Draymond Green. That's going to be my power forward. Cade Cunningham can move without the ball. Jaylen Brown can move without the ball. And we know Steph Curry can move without the ball. You feel what I'm saying? And for my center, who you think I'm going with?
Nikola Jokic.
Nah, that's too easy. You know what I mean? That's too easy. For my center, bro, Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama. Wemby. You feel what I'm saying? That's starting five today. You know what I mean? For these, not even without LeBron. You know what I mean? Without a Dame. You feel what I'm saying? Type of shit like that. That's my starting five for today. And I think with this squad right here, we go out here and compete with anybody. With anybody, we go out here and compete. You feel what I'm saying? And get busy out there. So you can do the same thing, man. You can do the same thing, man. Who's your? It's not going to be Steph Curry. You definitely can't use Shai. So,
well, I mean, that means that puts me up with any of the Kentucky guys.
Well, you can't use Shai or you cannot use Steph Curry because them is your boys.
No, I mean Shai's not my boy. He's just a Kentucky guy. So yeah, 100%. But yeah, I get it. I can't use my Kentucky players. That's fine. Let me think here. Okay, so I know I'm gonna go at my center. I'm gonna go Victor Wembanyama. I'm gonna go Victor. I would say at my 4, I'm gonna go with Evan Mobley. I'm gonna go with Evan Mobley because I can't take Draymond.
Draymond gonna be all in them shorts.
Yeah, he also is too because he's one of the defensive players. He's up there as a defensive player and one of the second best player on Cleveland.
Make the right play. Make the right play, Draymond. Make the right play.
Yeah. So Evan Mobley's big time, especially his size bothers Draymond, especially when we played Cleveland. Like Evan Mobley was a big problem for us. And then at the 3, I got LeBron James. At the 2, I'll take Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, I left him out. I love man. I left him out. Keep going.
And then at the 1, I will take. Actually, I'll put LeBron at the 1 and I'll put KD at the 3.
Man, you like okay.
Yeah.
You just pick the best. All right.
Yeah, these are the players. Like I'm not crazy over KD. What are you talking about? KD's not mine.
You should be. He got y'all 2 championships. You should be.
I'm just telling you my truth.
You better respect Kevin Durant. Without
I mean, I can respect him. Doesn't mean he ain't my favorite player.
I'm just saying. It's just the way you
respect him.
It's just in the manner that you said it. Like you better respect that man. What he did for y'all out there in Golden State. Because that wasn't gonna happen.
I mean, no, we don't know if it would happen, but we respect him.
I do.
I don't.
I know what's going to happen. 0.6. I know what's going to happen.
Nah, but yeah. So I got LeBron, Anthony Edwards, KD, Evan Mobley, and Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, that's a nice ass team. So I mean, LeBron and KD. I tried to stay away from the, as much as I could from the cream of the crop. You feel me?
Well, you had Steph. Steph is cream of the crop. What are we talking about?
One guy that's cream of the crop. That's one. The rest are not. You feel what I mean? But it's all good though. You know what I mean?
Who's your 5? What do you mean? You have Victor, Draymond, Cade,
Jaylen Brown, Cade, Draymond, and Wemby. Wim VP. That's my man. I feel sorry for Wemby, man. Kind of missed the whole season so young. You know what I mean? In blood clots in the shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this is not nothing that's going, carry on and leave him, missing games and missing seasons and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you remember when Chris Bosh had his blood clots or whatever, he never made it back. You know what I'm saying? Because of those reasons. Now, hopefully this is not nothing like that. I mean, he ain't even 25 yet. You know what I mean? Everything else is intact. You talking about shoulder, not knees, not feet, not calf, not, quad, hamstring, nothing like that, back issues, shoulder. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, bro, he can get back and get busy out there with the Spurs because they need him. D Fox is out too. You know what I'm saying? Your boy D Fox, he out.
Yeah, D Fox is out, bro. D Fox is out.
Yeah, man. That's pretty fucked up. You know what I mean? They had a I was excited to see them, man. D Fox, Wemby, and Chris Paul, see what they do of Vassell, the other young guys that they got. I was excited to see what they was gonna do, man, but you got cut short, bro. So
am I on my NBA web list now? What we doing?
Well, I thought you wanted to do it every Friday. You want to do it every
Yeah, isn't the show for
today's Wednesday? Well, you can do it. Let's knock it out. We should do the web list.
I mean, if we on Friday, because I know I missed my last Friday. You know what I mean? So so okay, then I'll wait for a few more days. But yeah, I'll wait for a few more days.
All right. So look, before we get up out of here, real quick, right? I was on just scrolling on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? And I seen a video that was on Uninterrupted, and it was Kobe picking the best players to go out there and win a championship with. And this was in 2006. Now I'm gonna show you the video, you know what I mean? But me and Navi had a discussion about this earlier this morning. You know what I mean? We was going back and forth a little bit, you feel me? So, and I'm gonna show you what Kobe Bryant was saying when he picked this roster. Here we go.
Give me 4 more plays to make the best team you can possibly make.
4 current players. Mm-hmm. Wow. The Depends what we're trying to build. But, you know, you can.
You're trying to win a championship in the NBA.
Trying to win a championship in the NBA. You obviously, I'm taking LeBron James for sure. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He can play the 2. I'll run the 3.
Right.
Then, you know, the last is a toss-up. Depending on how you want to play. You want to go with Shaq at the 5. You want to go with Tim Duncan. You want to put Garnett at the 4. You want to take Nowitzki.
Okay.
I mean, it's you can go either way. You can't go wrong.
Now, okay, so you heard that, right? So I sent that this morning in the chat. You know, I sent it this morning. You know what I mean? Navi hit me back, and he was like, Bron would pick Kobe first back then, too. The respect was always there. Now, let's not get it twisted. Yeah. So, you know, and I said, and I'm being complete. I said, maybe, you know what I mean? This was Bron's 3rd year when Kobe was picking him. This is 3rd year Bron, okay? And this was obviously Kobe's 10th year in the league. You know, at that time, you know, motherfuckers was calling like 06, they was calling LeBron the best player in the world. You feel me? And I said they didn't have that type of praise and hype for Kobe Bryant in year 3. So year 3 for Kobe is the 98-99 season. And I said they didn't have that type of no praise and adulation for him like that. I honestly don't think LeBron would have picked Kobe to win a championship at that time. And I'm like, the reason he picked LeBron was because LeBron was just on a totally different level. You know what I mean? And then Navi replied and said basically saying they was calling LeBron the chosen one when he was like 12 years old. So the money machine, basically saying the money was backing LeBron. And they also said that Kobe paved the way among other players to allow young players to get to the helm of the team. He came out of high school back when nobody did that as a guard. Trailblazers like Kobe and your guy T-Mac getting flack for not getting the benefits they created for niggas like Bron is crazy. So this is you know, a little back and forth thing, right? And so and I'm telling Navi, I'm like, yo, like the money machine thing, I don't buy that. You know what I'm saying? First of all, the chosen one shit, the man was in high school in his senior year type shit for one. You know what I mean? And on top of that, you can't mention the money machine when he was clearly the best player in the country. He was the best player coming out of high school that we have ever seen. You feel what I'm saying? The money that doesn't work because we've seen LeBron operate with his own eyes. You know what I'm saying? The high school gyms, arenas, everywhere was filled. All current, former athletes of all sports were coming to see this man play. You know what I'm saying? So, and he was like, the money machine supported LeBron. I'm like, bro, you make it sound like this is a movie that's being, you know, advertised, you know what I mean? And they with a big time production company and they put the movie out and they got a whole bunch of coverage. You know, they on the TVs, they on the big popular networks, they on social media and just paying a whole bunch of money. But then when you go see it, the movie ain't shit. It ain't all it's cracked up to be. That's what you make it seem like, you know what I mean? When you talk about LeBron and the money machine, and I said LeBron, he brought money to the NBA. Them teams that they was going against that, you know, first of all, let's talk about Cleveland. Nobody was going to see Cleveland. They won 17 games the year before he got there. Nobody was going to see Cleveland. And then there was other teams in the NBA that was trash, that arenas were not filled. But guess what? When LeBron came to town, all 30 arenas were filled since day one because we had been watching them since high school. So I don't think, you know what I'm saying, the money machine, all of those bullshit can stick with LeBron because he brought a lot of money to the NBA and people was coming to see him before he even got to the league. All right. So, you know, I say all of that to say, just to ask the question, you know what I mean? If this was the other way around, you know what I mean? Since we had this discussion this morning, if this was the other way around and LeBron was in his 10th year and Kobe was in his 3rd year, do you think LeBron would have chosen the 3rd year Kobe Bryant to build a championship team with, like Kobe did for LeBron? What do you think?
I mean, to be honest with you, they're in two different circumstances, to be honest with you. LeBron came into a league where he was able to be the best player on that team, or not just be it, he was the best player on that team. And Kobe came into a league where came into a situation where he wasn't able to be himself. And he was behind like Eddie Jones and whatnot. And, you know, he had Shaq on his team and all them stuff. So it was a bit different in terms of circumstances. So clearly, if you're taking that into account, then, you know, LeBron might not pick him. But I think, wasn't it his 3rd year they won the championship, if I'm not mistaken?
Fourth year. Kobe got drafted in 96, so they won in 2000.
96, 97.
96, 97. You got 97, 98, then 98, 99, then 99, 2000. They
That
won.
was their fourth year he won. Yeah, so it was two different situations. So that's why this kind of question is kind of it's just different. You know what I mean? But what I want to say is that LeBron James was saying, because I know I've seen clips that LeBron saying that Kobe was the best player in the league as well during his couple years in the league. So I mean, when they're talking about each other, I think they both have the utmost respect for each other. LeBron definitely has utmost respect for Kobe, and Kobe had the utmost respect for LeBron
sure.
James.
No, for sure. But he wasn't saying that in Kobe's third year. Nobody was calling Kobe the best in the league. Absolutely no.
I mean, but that's fine. Everyone has different circumstances, and nothing's wrong with that.
No, but I'm saying even still, you know what I mean? This third, I'm talking about based on the third year. Obviously, bro, listen, I got Kobe in my starting five all time.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. Over Jordan. Not on no hating shit. You know why I got him over Jordan? I got him over Jordan because he's a much better defender than Michael Jordan. That's why I got him over Jordan in my starting five. Because if I'm building a starting five all time to go against whoever, majority of the time, you know what I mean, you're going to have somebody with some handle. And Kobe can guard niggas with handle. Michael Jordan struggled, and that's why I got Kobe in my starting five. But if I'm talking about a year three Kobe, you know what I mean, I probably wouldn't. You got guys like Ray Allen, Eddie Jones, Allen Iverson, Jason Kidd that was also guards that can go out there and get the job done with a LeBron James. And this at that time, and you're right. You know, the situation, you know, he came in, he was behind Eddie Jones. You feel what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. If LeBron James got drafted to the Lakers, he ain't sitting behind Eddie Jones at all whatsoever. He's not. He's never going to back up Eddie Jones. He going to come in and be the man. You feel what I'm saying? So I just don't think at that time Kobe had enough, you know what I mean, for somebody to say, I want to build a championship team. Or I want this guy to come with my championship team. I don't think so. But the guys like, you know, other guards in the league, Jay Kidd, Allen Iverson, Eddie Jones, maybe so. But at third year Kobe, I just don't think so. But like I said, if we talk about Kobe overall, I got that nigga in my starting five all time. And I'm never going to change it, ever. Anything Jordan could do, Kobe could do. Period. And a better defender. So that's what.
For me, it's not. It's just different because they came in different circumstances, and that plays a part. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you can go to a team like you can go to, say you went to San Antonio, say LeBron went to San Antonio, say Carmelo Anthony went to Detroit instead of going to Denver. You know what I mean? Like people's trajectory could be a bit different, you know, in a good way or a bad way.
Melo would have been the best player Melo would have been the best player on Detroit.
I mean, yeah, maybe, you know what I mean. Some people think Rasheed Wallace was that guy, and people say Rasheed. I've seen some clips where they say Rasheed Wallace was like, you say, nah, let's do better than Tim Duncan.
Bro, listen.
Rasheed Wallace ain't no joke.
Listen, bro, listen. This has nothing to do with, you know, nothing Philadelphia or nothing. Because Rasheed Wallace, if he went to Simon Gratz, I'm not saying this has nothing to do with that. Bro, listen. Rasheed Wallace was an absolute dog, bro. You hear me? Game, post-up game, mid-range game, face-up, drive to the rim, can dribble, can defend, fade away, can shoot the corner three. Rasheed Wallace, bro, is one of them ones. Rasheed Wallace get looked at like the bad guy sometimes because he had an attitude problem and things like that. And on top of that, who was he playing for at Detroit? Remember, they had the Malice in the Palace. They had that. And also remember, you know, just his attitude alone playing with Detroit. He looked at the referees and so he intimidated the referees, things like that. But Rasheed Wallace is not one of those politically correct guys. You feel he gonna say what he want to say. He gonna talk crazy. He gonna get in your face. He from the hood, bro. He just a baller. You feel what I'm saying? So it was always negative news out there for Rasheed Wallace. When they was in Portland, bro, Portland, I think at that time, Scottie Pippen helped propel Portland. Obviously, Rasheed was young. He was young, you know what I mean? But after that time, you know what I'm saying? Portland really wasn't like that. You feel what I'm saying? For him to he performed in championship moments with the Pistons. Nobody picked the Pistons to beat the Lakers. They swept them niggas, man. Swept. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Rasheed was a dog, bro. And I think if Rasheed, like I said, his attitude followed him. You know what I mean? People like to overlook that. He from the hood. He talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't get the prime time love and adulation that I think he truly deserved. You know what I'm saying? But Rasheed, bro, you're not just he one of them once. So whatever you heard about him, and I've heard great players talk. I heard KG talk about him. You know what I mean? KG, my favorite player of all time in the NBA. Of all time. KG, you know this. But Rasheed Wallace, dog. We love Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan gets a lot of praise because he got 5 championships, bro. And we ain't saying Tim Duncan's not great. He is great. He's great. But as I also say, Tim Duncan has never, since day one, he's never been in a situation to where he had to carry a basketball team. Greg Popovich and that Spurs organization has drafted very well. They drafted Tony. They drafted Manu. And when Tim Duncan came in the league, he had Avery Johnson. He had Sean Elliott, who was nice. And he had Admiral David Robinson. You know what I mean? He came in. Did he help prepare them? Absolutely he did. He was a really good 4 years of college. Great basketball player. But I'm saying, like, they give him the greatest of all time title as power forward because of the 5 championships. And I just asked myself, well, hell, like I said, you don't think if Kevin Garnett was in that situation with them guys, with his offensive game is better than Tim Duncan's. His offensive package fading away from either shoulder, can put the ball on the ground, hit the mid-range in your face, can dunk on you, cross you. Everybody's seen the dribbling ability and one-on-one in the Olympics in 2000 against the best players in the fucking basketball league, nigga, up and down the court. The man got handled. He got it all. And he got defense on top of that. If Kevin Garnett didn't get drafted to the Timberwolves, who was an expansion team in 1989, and he got drafted in 95. If he didn't get drafted to that squad, bro, they would have been and sold Minnesota. Sold that organization. That's carrying the organization. Tim Duncan was never in that. He was never in that situation. And more power to him. Spurs did him right. Cool. But they give him that title because of the 5 rings. He's not an better offensive player than Kevin Garnett. When Kevin Garnett didn't have to carry the entire load anymore, like Minnesota, he won a defensive player of the year. You feel what I'm saying? So, me personally, I got Kevin Garnett as the best power forward of all time. I'm not here to argue with nobody. People can say whatever. I don't care. I think that's who I got. If people was in that situation, Kevin Garnett in that situation, they ain't going to have 5 rings or more? Absolutely they would. What would Tim Duncan be doing in Minnesota for 12 years? He would be getting some money, but they're not going to be winning nothing. They don't have a team for it. So it is what it is. But Rasheed Wallace was that dude. Facts.
Yeah, I mean, we can have that discussion about
that's
Timmy,
fine.
About another time. But Timmy definitely did his absolute thing. I think people sometimes might not understand. For me, I think, even though he was in that situation, like he definitely played really well in those spots. So that's where I don't know that if some players are going to actually do well in those spots like he did. Like he was doing stuff like, so he was doing stuff like putting in playoff series, doing 25s and 20s, 30s and 20s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless on who he was with, putting up them type of numbers is not just a guarantee that you're going to put up them numbers. You know what I mean? Even with the team that you have. And Tim Duncan did that. I think some people kind of don't remember. So we have to do our due diligence and go back and take a look at what Tim Duncan actually did in those situations. You know what I mean?
All I got to say about that is he didn't have to carry the load as Kevin Garnett. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So, hey,
And certain players have those situations, right? Like people had those situations, like Magic had those situations. Steph Curry had them situations. There's been situations where players have been in situations LeBron James had a situation when he was with Kevin Love and Kyrie and the boys. Certain people have those situations where they have players on their team. I think that's I don't really want to make that as a thing.
You made that. Hold on. You said Kevin Love and Kyrie. What about them?
I said he had players on his team that were really good that can do certain things.
Oh yeah, I mean they were. Listen,
that's a fact.
No, for sure. They were really good. But this is what I'll say to that. What if they done without LeBron James with them? because I've never seen those two guys lead anybody to the playoffs, especially not. He was in Minnesota with Kevin Love. They never made the playoffs, ever. He was not the reason Miami went to the playoffs when he went to Miami. Kyrie, they was in the lottery when he was in Cleveland. He got booted up out of Boston, you know what I mean? And we see what happened with him everywhere else. They were not guys that you're going to look at and say, without him, they haven't been doing anything.
Yeah, my thing to that is that's fine that they're not without him, but with him, regardless, I mean, with him, with him, they were a good trio. And with him, there's certain things that Kyrie does that helps LeBron, that Kevin Love that help LeBron, and vice versa. That's what teams do. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless on whether or not without them, but with them, and those players were top players. So that's what I'm trying to say. They were top players. They were top players.
LeBron, they were. Without him, okay, keep going.
Yeah, they're top. Yeah, they're top players.
He made them look like that. Made them look like that.
I mean, no. They were good regardless. No, it's not like. But hold on. They were good regardless. I don't want to go into that rabbit hole of like Kevin Durant is a great player, whether he's with he was with Golden State or not. Man's a nice player. They didn't do shit in terms of winning without him.
They're not Kevin Durant's level. They're not.
Who's not Kevin Durant's level?
Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving.
No. What I'm saying is, okay, first, this is what I'm saying. Whether there's levels, Kyrie Irving is a special talent. Kyrie Irving is a nigga that gives you 25 a game. Kyrie Irving with great efficiency. Hold on. Kevin Love was a nigga that when he was on the Timberwolves giving you 28 and 20s in games and shit like this. Like he was that type of player. Now when you put that into a trio, forget about what they did previously. When you put that together now, that is what you have to worry about. How did they do when they were together?
Okay.
Not when they're apart.
All right.
When they are together.
And what
we're flying together.
Right. And what I'm going to say to that is when you in Minnesota and you in Cleveland and you taking all the shots and you can take all these shots all you want to, and you still did nothing with it, but put up some numbers. You did nothing to help your team advance ever. So when you say he had this guy, they were nothing, you know what I mean, without this guy. Period. And that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. But it is what it is, though, man. So they
all had players, what I'm saying.
That's cool. I don't see Kevin Love going to the Hall of Fame at all. Neither do I see Kyrie Irving. So we'll leave it at that.
Kyrie Irving is definitely a Hall of Fame player. Let's be very clear.
Okay.
He's been in the league for over almost a decade, and he's been putting up great numbers throughout that decade. We have players that have been into Hall of Fame for less. A nigga like T-Mac, and he's my favorite player of all time. We have a nigga like Vince Carter. He's supposed to be like, come on, man.
And that's my problem. See, you're going off the metric now. I'm going off what reality really is. They're just letting people walk in the Hall of Fame. T-Mac is not a Hall of Famer, if you ask me. Vince Carter is not a Hall of Famer, if you ask me. Chris Bosh is nowhere near Hall of Famer, if you ask me.
But Kyrie Irving is. Kyrie Irving's resume speaks for itself.
Not what resume? What resume?
His resume.
All right, man. We look.
Yeah. About 7 to 8 All-Stars. He's still going. He has 50-40 90 club championship. He has with all NBA teams. He's got like I don't see what's the 10 almost a decade. Is it a decade plus? A decade plus of being consistently a top 20 something scorer in the league. I mean, that can get you into the Hall of Fame, goddammit.
Hey, look. It seems listen, it don't take much to get into the Hall of Fame. So that's it. He's gonna get in there. Hall of Fame, it's prime time. Deion Sanders said it the best. Hall of Fame is, oh my God, we have to have this man. I close my eyes and I'm gonna pick my team, and I don't care who you choose. This guy's my guy starting this game, my point guard, or this is the center, or this is the power, whatever the position. I can't do that and say, oh, I'm putting Kyrie. I'm not doing that. I don't look at Kyrie Irving as a Hall of Famer at all whatsoever. Really good basketball player. Hall of Famer is people that's going to swing the pendulum of power. You feel what I'm saying? Hall of Fame, now, like Deion Sanders said, it's the Hall of Good now. It's the Hall of Good. It's no longer the Hall of Fame, period. Football and basketball. I can't speak on baseball and hockey because I'm not vested in that like that. You feel, to be talking about who's a Hall of Famer or not. You feel me? But it's the Hall of Good. So hey,
Kevin
Kevin Love gonna be in
I
there
mean,
too.
I don't, but Kevin Love, whatever, you know what I mean. But Kyrie Irving for me is a Hall of Fame player. I don't know why that's even I mean, if you don't think so, I mean, you tell me. I mean, you already said who should or shouldn't be, but like, there's like you can make a very valid argument that he should be in there over a lot of the players that are already in there. So
Whoever,
it's like
listen. I don't.
it's that's kind of, but that's nor here nor there, because that wasn't even my statement.
Right.
Was basically that there's good play, like every team, winning teams, they have great players there. You know what I'm saying? The only great team, one of the great teams that I didn't see that has like great players was like that friggin' the Warriors team in 2022. The
Steph Curry.
Spurs team.
Hey, bro,
Steph
listen.
Curry was. Hold on.
Go to the Hall of Fame. Ray's going to the Hall of Fame, and Clay's going to the Hall of Fame.
No, it's not.
Players.
Yeah, but it's not about. You see, that's the thing. You see, this is what I'm saying. I'm talking about how they were during that time. And during that time, Draymond wasn't that Draymond that people want to make it like. He wasn't that 2016 Draymond, 17, 18 Draymond. This is 2022 Draymond, where people were talking about this team is not going to win, and this player is not. These guys aren't the same. Klay Thompson wasn't the same player that he was in 2016, and that's a fact.
Draymond
he wasn't the same player. Hold on. He wasn't the same player that he was those times.
Draymond.
Very clear. If you can't see that, now I don't know what we're talking about. Klay Thompson was not the same player.
Klay
Thompson was not the same player. Hold on. Forget Draymond. I know we talking about Draymond. Klay Thompson was not the same player. What I'm trying to say, you're not letting me finish my statement. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that the 2012 team, Spurs, or 13, they was a good team, but during that time, they just had a bunch of great, like, good players. Like Kawhi Leonard was on the ascend. He wasn't the Kawhi Leonard that he became a few years later. Tim Duncan was on the decline. Tony Parker was on the decline. But I'm not saying that as a team though, they were great. I'm not saying that the Warriors team was good as a collective, but they didn't have those superstar players that they had. They just had Steph Curry, the superstar, and then a bunch of role players. That's what they had. And there was like, there's only a few teams in the history, Detroit Pistons, maybe the bunch of good role players. They didn't really have a superstar player unless you say Ben Wallace, superstar defensively. Chauncey Billups was an all-star player, but there's a few teams that don't have that. But other than that, pretty much most teams have great players on their team that were playing at a high level, in my opinion. So I don't really,
Well, at the end of the day, Kevin Garnett, stop playing. You want to put Kyrie in the motherfucking Hall of Fame, and Kevin Love should go in there with him. It's the Hall of Good now. So, and as I mentioned, you know what I mean? If you're going to go out, hey, shout to the Warriors, 2022, they won the championship. Andrew Wiggins did his thing, shut down Jason Tatum. Steph Curry balled out. Y'all had a good enough team. Y'all had a good enough team to go out there and get it done as a collective unit over the Celtics, who had never been there before. Y'all said y'all was going to beat them off experience alone. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. So anything else you want to add? You want to talk about anything else on your mind?
Nah.
Talk about the Hall of Good or Hall of Fame. What you want to talk about?
Hall of Good, Hall of Fame. I mean, Kyrie Irving is definitely a good player.
This is the Hall of Good, man. So listen, man. Hey, man, for the ones that stuck around,
Kevin Love,
put him in there. Walk him on. Hey, walk him on in there. Walk everybody. Put John Wall in that motherfucker too. You know what I'm saying? Hey, viewers right now, man, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for sticking around, man. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. That's our show for the day. Shout out to my guy Jordan, and we gone.